Hello and welcome to The Banker. I'm Silvia Pavoni, economics editor of the magazine, and I have the great pleasure of being in Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic to talk about the country's phenomenal growth. I am joined by a group of distinguished guests who I would like to introduce to you before we start our discussion. So starting from my left, I have Gustavo Cisneros, the chairman of Cisneros Group, and once defined as one of the region's most powerful figures. On his left, we have Fernando Capian, the CEO of Grupo M and Codevi, which is a large textile group with operations both in the Dominican Republic and Haiti. A very interesting story. And on my right, I have Enrique Ramirez Paniaga, the CEO of Banreservas, the sponsor of today's recording. Next to him, we have Jose Miguel Gonzalez, the president and CEO of CCN, the largest retailer in the country. And last but not least, we have Ruben Bijot, the CEO, vice chairman of GB Group, which is a regional conglomerate with operations that span from oil, insurance, and telecom, and many more. So thank you all for joining me. So the first question I would like to ask is what's behind the Dominican Republic's fantastic growth, which is very likely to have reached 7% last year, something that is very far from the average of the whole of the Latin American Caribbean region, which is pretty much zero at the moment.
One of the key elements that we think is helping the Dominican Republic to keep growing is the diversity of sectors. We do not have a concentration in one specific sector. We have the benefit of receiving near to 6 million tourism every year, starting with a plan to have 10 million tourism in 2020, which is a plan that the whole government and the private sector is working on that. We have free zones that's helping on an employment situation and generating productivity and wealth in sectors that typically are not attended by private investors or even the government. We have a very active retail business in the Dominican Republic. We have a productive sector that we are not only producing for 10 million Dominicans, we produce for near to 10 million Haitians and for near to 6 million tourists in the Pacific. So we have a capacity to produce for 25 million people.
And I also will add there
Sure.
that an important sector is the mining sector that has been developing also in the DR with important investments in the past years. So as Enrique said, it's a very diversified growth where we're having in different sectors that really we don't depend from one sector that can affect the growth in a moment that can be affected. So it's very diversified.
So that's one of the ingredients for the success.
Yes.
We're going to open up a Four Seasons hotel next Wednesday. The president will inaugurate it, what they call El Picasso. The tourism industry in the Dominican Republic is extremely good, very efficient, and it's been growing every year. But it's mostly 4-star and mostly all-inclusive. And he wanted to get away from that paradigm of 4-star and all-inclusive. He wanted to go to very high end. Why is that important? Because they leave much more money in the locality. The all-inclusive system, although good, it stays very much with the operators. It doesn't go out to the community. This sort of five-star development, open, will change, I think, in my mind, the country at a moment that politically he also understands that Cuba is changing. Cuba is going to open up.
Yes.
And Cuba is going to open up to luxurious hotels very quickly.
So you want to get there before they do, which is smart.
The free zone sector is growing and is not only is as diversified as the whole country in other areas. Between textiles, shoes, jewelry, medical devices, and cigars, the sector is growing. Also, with a tremendous advantage of location. We also have the benefits of a certain law that is called Hope Health that creates a free environment or duty-free environment for Haiti that we are taking advantage of the knowledge of that industry in the Dominican Republic and combining co-production models with Haiti. For every 3 jobs we create in Haiti, we create 1.5 jobs in here on the front end, in certain, on the textile side, on the finishing, on the designing, merchandising is all done in the Dominican Republic. So I think with that combination plus EPA, duty-free to Europe, also LDC for Canada, plus DR-CAFTA is a winning combination for manufacturing of all light manufacturing like textiles, shoes, etc.
So that's a great advantage. Would you like to add something?
And I'd like to add to that, the Hope and Help Act that Fernando is referring to is an extremely important bilateral agreement between Haiti and the United States, through which the Haitian government, the Haitian private sector hopes to create several thousand jobs over the next few years, and to begin a momentum to start changing the face of the economy in Haiti. So absolutely something very critical, in a partnership with companies like Grupo M is very beneficial.
Yeah, the whole North Corridor, because between from Cap Haitian to Santiago, you have several industrial parks. There is another one very important aside from Codebi that is called Caracol. And also there is a new initiative, a Quisqueya initiative that is going to develop 4 zones in the border. It's led by Juan Vicini and some on the Dominican side, and Marc-Antoine Ancra on the Haitian side. I think that's going to bring a lot of incentive and opportunities for a lot of companies that are looking around the world where they're going to place their production. And there's no better combination in this part of the world than the Dominican Republic and Haiti combination for light manufacturing.
Fantastic. Well, that's a great start of the conversation. We've framed the picture. So I think we can now move on to the next chapter. We're going to talk about tourism. Thank you.